you're doing well. Today I have a perfume for each woman inside me tag. I was tagged by two lovely women to do this, Paola Bianka and Maila from Sweet Scents. Thank you both for tagging me. This was quite fun to do and it made me look at my perfumes from a different but fun perspective. So let's dive in. The first category is weird or odd or eccentric woman. And my pick for that is Aromatics Elixir from Clinique. Now this is a very green aromatic chypre, smells very mossy. It has chamomile, flowers and has a very strong chypre accord. You have to really be a chypre lover to like this one. And I picked this up because it is quite different from the current trend of overly sweet gourmand fragrances. This is a complete contrast to that. It's very green and mossy. So I do think it's a little bit odd to wear this one in that sense. But it's a gorgeous fragrance, guys. It's really beautiful. I actually didn't like it initially, but now I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. The next category is superhero. I decided to go with Amarish by Givenchy. This is a beautiful, really bold, strong fragrance. It is very long lasting, has an enormous sillage, and I think that's what I was thinking when I wanted to choose something for a superhero, because I imagine a superhero coming to your rescue and you should be able to smell her from a distance, so you know you're gonna get help soon and get out of whatever trouble that you're in. It's one of those fragrances that fill up a room. This one is really a powerhouse fragrance in that sense. It has a lot of tuberose and mimosa and a whole bunch of flowers. Very, very long lasting. You just need one spray, maybe two at max if you're a heavy sprayer like me, and that's it. Any more and this could be too much, but a gorgeous fragrance. Next category is Queen or a Royal, and my pick for that is Samsara from Guerlain. I have talked about this fragrance on my channel quite a bit, and each time I wear it, I feel that it's something that a king or a queen would wear. The bottle is in this really nice royal red color, and this has a lot of sandalwood, which is very precious and rare nowadays. And so it's something that I feel only a royal person could afford. Not that this perfume is that expensive. You can really get it at a very affordable price on FragranceNet or any of the discount perfume sites. But it just feels very rich and decadent, very opulent. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, guys. Next category is a romantic fragrance. And I'm going to pick Chanel No. 5 for that because this is such a sweet, soft, warm, powdery fragrance. And this is the one I wear for special occasions, especially on dates. It's got a very nice romantic feel to it. And I chose this because I do wear it on dates with my husband. I have also worn this fragrance to work, and many times we would meet after work to have a coffee date. And this is such a beautiful classic fragrance. It's floral, it's woody, it's powdery, and it just makes me feel very put together and classy even after a crazy day with kids or at work. I wear this and I instantly feel ready for a date. And so that's why this is my pick for romantic. Next is Nurturer, and I have gone with Youth Dew by Estee Lauder, and I have talked about this in my last video as well. This is such a classic. It's a very warm, spicy, floral, oriental fragrance. It is very warm and cozy. And many times when I've worn this, my kids have come and told me that I smell good and that they're hungry. I don't know. They just feel hungry when they smell this on me. So I'm guessing that's the nurturing side that comes out. I don't know if that's because it's warm and cozy or if it's spicy, but that's how this one makes them feel. The next category is mysterious, and for that I have chosen Guerlain Santal Royal. I have talked about this one quite a bit as well. Now this is a very smoky, dark, deep, sensuous rose and oud fragrance. It's very Middle Eastern smelling, and Middle East is one of the places that I would love to visit and explore. And although I have not been there, I have seen women from that part of the world. And sometimes because of the dress, you only get to see the eyes. And my God, I think they have the most beautiful women out there. Their eyes look spectacular. And because you can only see the eyes, it just looks so mysterious and intriguing. And I still remember once, I think I was in Kuala Lumpur and there was this lady in the train there. and she had the most gorgeous eyes and she had this amazing complexion, but I could only see that part. So yeah, that is my mysterious pick. The next category is adventurous, and my pick for that is Jean Couturier's Coriandre. This is relatively new in my collection, but I have been loving it quite a bit. It is a beautiful powdery green chypre, very light, very different from Aromatics Elixir. This one is very light and powdery. The reason I chose this for adventure is because it has coriander, and if you've been on my channel for some time, you know I don't like coriander at all. And so it was quite adventurous of me to even get this fragrance and try it out and actually love it now. But I really had to step out of my comfort zone to even try this fragrance. And it is a green fragrance. It smells green, it looks green, and I do associate it with forests and woods. And I am a big city girl, guys. So for me, it is an adventure to go camping or anywhere in the woods. And so that's why this fragrance represents adventure to me. The next category is creative. And for that, I have gone with Houbigon's Quelques Fleurs l'Original. I chose this one because this was one of the first fragrances ever made to have a whole bunch of flowers. So this is a fragrance that came out in 1912, so it's really old. And before that, most of the fragrances had only one flower note. They were either just soliflores or they were just one flower mixed with some herbs or spices. But this fragrance has an entire bouquet of flowers, and it's mixed and blended so well that you can't pick out on any particular flower note. And so that was pretty innovative at that time, and therefore I thought it would be appropriate for the creative category because this was a first of its kind of fragrance. And this is such a classic. It's a beautiful, beautiful floral, aldehydic, powdery fragrance. I love this one in spring and summer. The next category of fragrance is executive. And my pick for that one is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. I have talked about this as well. This is a very strong, bold fragrance. I always think it would take a very strong person to wear this fragrance and to actually pull it off. I personally am not able to rock this off anytime. I have to be in the right mood or the right place or the right occasion when I pull this one out. And I usually bring this out when I do want to feel very confident and strong and come across as somebody who means business. And that's why I picked this one for executive. The next category is a cheerful fragrance. And my pick for that is Rosa Fizz from Aqualegoria. I've talked about this as well. This is a really gorgeous fruity rose fragrance, and to me this reminds me of an Indian wedding, which is always a fun, happy occasion for us. There's a lot of partying, a lot of food, a lot of flowers, and I also have a lot of scent memories with this fragrance. I had bought this on my first trip to Paris with my husband, and this was love at first sniff, and it was an impromptu purchase, which is very unlike me. And I wasn't used to buying fragrances casually at that time. I spend a lot of time trying out and sampling my fragrances for days and weeks before I actually buy them because they are very expensive, and I don't want to just keep collecting and buying for the sake of it. I really want to have perfumes in my collection that I really enjoy and absolutely love. Although now I have let my guard down a little bit because I have discovered fragrancenet.com, which is a discounted perfume site which I did not buy through before. Previously, I always bought my perfumes from retail stores or duty free. It's only recently that I've started buying it from discount sites, and so I have started to take a little bit more risk and do some blind buying. But this one I purchased years ago and on first sniff because this one reminded me of the weddings. It reminded me of a fun time I was having, and even now whenever I do wear it, I have those happy memories, and it's a fragrance that really cheers me up. The next category is mystical, and for that I have chosen L'Instant de Guerlain. This is an absolutely beautiful fragrance, guys. It's the first time that Guerlain used magnolia in their fragrances, and it just smells very sweet and powdery. There's magnolia, iris, and in the base you've got honey, vanilla, amber. A very gorgeous fragrance, and it's just very, very powdery. It's warm, it's comforting, it's inviting, very feminine, very pleasing. It just forms like a cloud of vanilla sweetness around you, and that's why I just picked this one for mystical. But this was the toughest one to choose for, guys. I have no idea what an imaginary creature would want to wear, but I went with this. The next category is seductress, and for that I have gone with the diorama from Dior. If you've been on my channel, you know that I have a special relationship with this fragrance. I absolutely love this one, guys. This was love at first day for me, but I didn't buy it at that time, and then it took me many months and years of trying to look for this one, and I finally have it. It is very animalic, therefore I think it's very seductive. And guys, honestly, I don't know if it has any impact on the other person, but it does put me in a good mood. I love the animalic notes the cumin brings out in this one. I have smelled some other fragrances with cumin and they smell like body odor. But in this, it has been done so beautifully. It's so well blended and the amount is just right. It just smells very juicy and luscious and very captivating. I love this fragrance. The next category is an independent woman. And for that, my pick is another Dior, and this is Dior Essence. I had talked about this in my last video as well. This is a really beautiful, spicy, mossy chypre fragrance. It's very intense and it smells really very strong. It's something that I feel that an independent woman would wear. I think an independent woman is someone who likes to do their own thing, doesn't care about what others are going to think of them, and they may not necessarily go for what's really popular and what everybody's doing. They might want to do something a little bit different. And I think this fragrance does represent that because it is quite different from the majority of currently popular fragrances, which are all about chocolate and sweetness and whipped cream and whatnot. But this is not like that at all. It is a very green, mossy fragrance. It also has a lot of spices. There is a sweetness, but the sweetness comes more from the spice, which is cinnamon. There's a lot of cinnamon in this. And then there is geranium, which also adds a lot of sweetness. It has moderate sillage, and again, I feel an independent woman is so confident of herself. She wears perfume for herself and not for others. And she's very comfortable in her skin. She doesn't have to prove herself to anybody. And I think this perfume represents that. So that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know in the comments below what your picks would be for these categories. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much again, Paola and Maila, for tagging me. This was really fun to do. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Please be sure to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of future uploads. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.